So we're going to start with a little bit of story time. I am 35. My husband is 37. We have been married for 6 years and we have been in relationship for 15 years. And we have 2 children, 13 and 11. And I met my husband at 21, y'all. 21, like literally the week after I turned 21. And even more proof that this was a God thing, because 21 Tashima was girl. Anyway, I should say that my husband, he was raised Christian. I was not. I was kind of exposed to a bunch of different religions, but I didn't necessarily have one that we followed. And so when I met him, obviously he brought me into the church, and because that was important to him, it became important to me. But I will say that my first few years in the church were definitely me learning a lot about religion and not about relationships. So that came later on. That's where I am now, where my life is all about relationship with Jesus. So when I married my husband, when I was up at that altar, I had no idea what I was saying yes to, y'all. I had no idea. I thought I did, right? I knew that we had children. I knew we had been together for a very long time. I figured that meant that we were going to spend our life together, like, because that's just what we were doing. We weren't going anywhere else. No one like really had a choice to. It was just kind of like, this is where we are, this is what we're doing. And so we had to get married. Like, that's just the next step. That's just what happens. That's what marriage is. And so I was very adamant about that. So that just became my new hunger. Like, I have to get married. Why are we married? Why aren't you marrying me? And, you know, he would say, like, I don't think we're ready for marriage. And I'm like, but we've done all of the things that you do when you get married. And I realized, looking back, we were not ready. And I can't speak to what my husband was thinking, but I know now that he was right. I had no idea what kingdom marriage looked like, was supposed to look like, what I was supposed to be as a woman of God, what I was supposed to be as a wife of a man of God. No idea. I just knew that society said, the world said, you get married before you do certain things, ideally. But now that you've done it, you definitely need to be married. And so not only did I not understand the principles of marriage, I also didn't understand the type of woman I needed to be to support a husband in a true kingdom marriage. And I want God to be happy with me. So I had to build this kingdom marriage. Y'all, I just was following what, you know, the world says and what I saw and what I thought was important. Looking back on it now, I'm like, no, that's not the way that this is supposed to go. And like I said, not only did I not understand the principles, I didn't understand who I was in God to be able to say, I'm now going to be led by this man and submit to him and do all the things that he needs from me in order to support his life, his ministry, his family, and all the things that God is giving the both of us to do in order to get to the point where God wants them to be. All right, so now we've